Warning: Brent and Joe, the Retro Show, may contain video games from the 80s and 90s, so if you're under the age of 20, you might not know what the we're talking about.
I won't beg, break, I'm going away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know.
What is up, my friends, and welcome back to Brent and Joe, the Retro Show. This is really exciting. We are both here. We're going to have a live conversation. Let's kick this off, Brent.
Today we are going to be talking about launch titles. Now, launch titles are really important if you have a console coming out, and it definitely boosts your sales depending on what you got coming out. Now, Joe, what is some of your favorite launch titles?
Some of my favorite launch titles. Good question, Brent. To give you a few, let me start from Sega Genesis. I was really excited about the Sega Genesis when that came out, and the first game I needed to have was Golden Axe. That was a big time favorite game of mine in the arcades, and it was the first game I needed to play. You know, when I got my Genesis console. I think it was 1989, Christmas of '89. And then fast forward to the Super Nintendo. I didn't buy the Super Nintendo at launch. I got my Super Nintendo when Street Fighter 2 was announced that it was coming to the Super Nintendo, and I had to get the console just for that game. Just, you know,
Nice.
just a big time, Street Fighter 2 fan. You know that, Brent. And then
for sure.
I think after that, the most excitement I got after that was probably not too long ago. I mean, the PS3 days. I was a big Call of Duty Modern Warfare fan, so when the sequel dropped, Modern Warfare 2, I waited at midnight at a local GameStop. I got there like half an hour. They were opening at midnight for the launch, and I got there maybe 45 minutes early, and there was already a line, probably about an eighth of a mile long. It was crazy. Just a bunch of crazy New Yorkers that were, avid Call of Duty fans, and it was cool. We were hanging out online, everybody's bullshitting, we're exchanging, PlayStation IDs so we can get on there and fight each other. It was just an amazing thing. And most of my clan members, they were like my real-time friends, so we were all waiting online together. It was just an awesome time, Brent. What about you? That's a great question. I want to
Before I get into my picks, I want to remind everyone, I don't know if you guys remember, but the PlayStation 3, their online IDs were free. You didn't have to pay to play online.
True.
With the Xbox 360, you had to pay.
That's true. You're right. Xbox started that pay to play first. Well, online play.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
But I have to go with also Sega Dreamcast. I don't know, the Sonic Adventure. That was a big hit for me.
Nice. I love the Dreamcast.
When we got the Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure and House of the Dead 2 was like the two most games that I really found myself playing a lot.
That's awesome.
Jumping to the GameCube, of course you know this, I'm such a big fan of Luigi's Mansion.
Right.
So that was a launch title. I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but yeah, Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube was a launch title as well. Now, I do have one more launch title that really took effect on me, and a lot of people don't even know about it. On the PlayStation 2, there was this game called X Squad. Do you recall that?
I've seen. Actually, I saw Dr. Josh, the Real Gamer. He covered that a while back, maybe a couple months ago. I never heard of it. I saw him playing it on the. I saw it in one of his pickup videos.
Oh yeah, but X Squad is, a lot of people don't know it. It's made by EA Sports.
Right.
And, back in those days, EA Sports was really on fire. I don't know what the hell happened after that, but yeah, it's a really cool game. You're as a unit, and you only control one person, but the other guys around you, you can command them where to go and stuff like that. It's like
a Rainbow Six type game.
In a way, but you have like this mission. This girl gets captured, and she's like a hostage, and you have to go through and try to save her from these bad guys. It's really cool though.
Yeah, no, after watching that pickup video with that X Squad, I put it on my list of games to get. It looked pretty interesting. My favorite shooter.
Yeah, I got mine really cheap.
Yeah, no, I heard that the price is right for that right now if you get it used, like $5 or so, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
$5 to $10.
that's exactly what I paid.
Yeah, I have to get it.
Yeah.
I keep a list of games that I want to get. I keep a list on my phone. because I got to be reminded. I have to remind, there's so many games that I still want for my collection that I got to keep tabs on it.
Yeah, for sure.
But those are awesome picks, Brent. I love the Dreamcast. I couldn't get the PS2 at launch because it was just sold out in my area. So I got the Dreamcast. It was sitting there on the shelf. Nobody was buying them. And they had some great games. Like Soul Calibur was the first time I experienced Soul Calibur was on the Dreamcast. And like you said, House of Dead 2 was just a great game. It was such a great system. Really good.
I really miss the Sega Dreamcast, and I don't know if a lot of people watch Gaming Off the Grid, but they did predict that there could possibly be a new Sega console coming out within the next decade, and I would love to see that.
I don't know, that would be,
It's really hard, it's really hard to make a comeback, but if anybody could do it, I feel like Sega can definitely do it.
I agree. I mean, it's been a long time since since the Dreamcast, and they built up a lot of Sega fans have grown up over the years. There's adults like me in their 40s and 50s that are Sega fans, and because we're fans, our children have become fans. Look at the success of Sonic the Hedgehog the movie.
Yeah,
it's a testament to
great movie.
The popularity of that Sega character. So yeah, it's
for
not
sure.
so far-fetched.
But I do have one more launch title I want to mention, and I'm surprised I didn't mention it before, but it's probably up there my top 3 favorite games of all time. And a lot of people don't feel like it's as great, and it's a lot outdated. But Super Mario 64 for the N64. And everyone knows I'm a big Mario fan, but that's definitely one of my favorite launch titles for sure.
Yeah, I know you love the Super Mario 64. It's just for me, I was so used to platforming Mario, and even though that is a platformer, it's that open world with 3D. It kind of I kind of got bored of it, And I remember Big Retro Show. He just brought up an episode not too recently. Now he just brought.
The unpopular opinion.
Right, that unpopular opinion. Yeah. And he mentioned that he wasn't he hated Super Mario 64, and I kind of get what he was. I kind of felt him there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely aged a lot, and I definitely feel like a lot of people love it because of nostalgia. So that's probably why it's special for me. It's mostly nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It's just my patience with it. I like non-stop action. My attention span sometimes for those type of games. Too much running around exploring, trying to find things.
Yeah.
What I was used to, like the non-stop action platforming of a standard Mario game. When they went back to 2D platforming, like with the new Super Mario Brothers, like on the Wii that I have. That was right up my alley.
I actually love that game. A lot of people don't like it.
The new Super Mario Brothers?
I like it. Yes.
Oh, I had
seen
a blast
a
with that.
couple reviewers out there that tore that game apart.
That's ridiculous. That's just bullshit. I remember playing that with my wife, because if you had the co-op and
that's same here, man. Same here.
Yeah, through it together.
Yeah, my wife played that.
Yeah, but sometimes you can wind up fighting while you're playing that game.
Yeah.
We've had many fights.
I
would tell her, just go in the bubble so I can get past.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Listen, chill out,
Just
go in the bubble, and I'll get the job done. You keep killing us, girl.
Yeah.
But yes. You can wind up getting a divorce playing too much.
For sure. I definitely know your pain on that one.
Little Planet too. I don't know if you're into that one, Brent. Have you tried that one?
I haven't played that.
Bro,
but
man.
I did play a game that's very similar to that, I think. Is it like a 2D platformer, and you have to work as a team to get through stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there are parts where you may need 2 people. Absolutely, yeah. But
because I played a game similar to that called Unravel. I don't know if you've heard that.
I haven't heard that one.
Or no, it's not Unravel. It might be. I think it is Unravel.
Is it a platform?
It's like a blue character and a red character,
You guys drop a comment down below if you know what game I'm talking about, for sure.
Alright, Brent, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot on the phone, every few days, we have a lot of, cool video game conversation, but we've never talked about the Intellivision Amico or the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. I've openly spoke about those two consoles, and I'm pretty excited for them. But I was curious to know your take on the Intellivision Amico and TurboGrafx 16 Mini. What are your thoughts on those two consoles? I'd love to know.
It's funny you asked me that question because I was thinking about this the other day, and I haven't spoken anything about the Amico or the TurboGrafx because I never really experienced those consoles, to be honest. Growing up, I was into the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, so I haven't really experienced those, but I will say that the Amico looks really good. And the best thing about it, you don't have any DLC. You have to worry about no loot crates, no microtransactions or anything like that. So I'm all for that.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna have low price games. But I'm hoping they get some key players involved. And I'm actually gonna make a video on that, so I don't want to spoil it. But I feel like there's some key players, publishers that I'd love to see involved. And I think it would really help sell that console at launch. Well, we'll see. I know E3, Tommy Tallarico mentioned at E3 he's got a lot of big reveals. And, Nintendo and Sony announced that they're not going to be attending E3. So, what better time to shine for the Intellivision Amico? They're going to have a lot of attention on them. I'm sure they're going to have some grand displays there. See what happens.
For sure.
There's a lot of old dudes like me that are really excited.
Yeah, and I kind of want to touch a little more on the TurboGrafx Mini real quick. I'm a big fan of the Minis because a lot of people don't get to play these consoles. Like, I have the NES Classic, and that was my first initial experience with the NES, and I liked it so much I went out and bought the actual hardware of the NES. So if the TurboGrafx does that same feeling for me, I would love to actually get into the original hardware. So I feel like that's definitely a plus about the mini consoles, just touching a different fan base out there.
I agree. I didn't have the TurboGrafx 16. It was three consoles, out when I was a kid. Well, in my early teens, after the 8-bit era, pretty much went the South. And the Genesis came out, the TurboGrafx 16 and the Super Nintendo. I was one of those lucky kids that had both the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, but there was no way in hell my mother was getting me 3 consoles. So I missed out on the TurboGrafx 16. So I'm actually really excited. There's a lot of games that I remember that came out for that console, and it'd be nice to check it out. I'm gonna be like a little kid opening up a box. I'll probably do it on the camera too. Why not?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Well, fellas, ladies and gents, that's all we got today. I hope you enjoyed this casual conversation with Brent and Joe. And my daughter's sitting right here in my lap. She doesn't listen. I told her to wait till the show's over, but she missed her father, so. Say goodbye, my honey doll. No? Okay, yeah, she's shy. Brent, you got anything for our fantastic viewers?
Yeah, guys, don't forget to super smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and let us know what your thoughts on launch titles. And also make sure you guys subscribe to Joe's channel, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, Brent and Joe, The Retro Show, signing out.
What happens in the basement stays in the basement, Brent.
I can't use that. I can't use that.
Take care, everyone. Peace.
Alright, so in this episode we're going to be talking about launch titles. Now it is very important if you have a strong launch... I said lunch.